Hello friends, it's another intro from my bathroom. So, as you probably could guess, we're gonna start off with a little get ready with me, and let me tell you what's going on. So today is the second installment of a new series I'm doing this year. If you haven't watched the first installment, a quick summary is my mom and I have season tickets to the Straz Center Broadway series. So this year on the docket there are 7, I believe, musicals that we're going to be seeing, and this series is just going to take you along with us on our day to go see the musical, and then afterward we're going to give our little review. The first musical that we saw this year was Tina, so if you haven't gone and watched that video, go ahead and pause here and go find that video on my channel. We're still trying to figure out the format of these videos, so just stick with us. So the musical we're seeing today is Chicago. And the storyline of Chicago, this is from Broadway.com. Set in legendary city of roaring jazz hot 20s, Chicago tells the story of 2 rival vaudevillain murderesses locked up in Cook County Jail. Nightclub star Velma serving time for killing her husband and sister after finding the 2 in bed together. Driven chorus girl Roxy been tossed in the joint for bumping off the lovers she's been cheating on with her husband. Not one to rest on her laurels, Velma enlists the help of the prison matron Mama Morton and slickster lawyer Billy Flynn, who turned Velma's incarceration into a murder of the week media frenzy, thus preparing the world for a splashy showbiz comeback. But Roxy has some of her own tricks up her sleeve. I'm gonna try and follow a makeup tutorial for my eyes. I have a little bit more time this time because I didn't have to have mom do my hair because I got it cut short, if you didn't notice. Also, if you know how to do makeup, don't tell me all the things I'm doing wrong. My makeup journey has been an interesting one. I learned how to put makeup on from color guard. If you didn't know, in high school, I was in the color guard, which is the flags, rifles, dancers, and with the marching band. I'll put some pictures in of what those makeups were back in the day. And I will say I just cleaned my makeup brushes, so that's actually been I feel like that's really helped this go on a little nicer.
I like circular motions, and I like to...
Yeah? If you need it, it also flips to be even closer to your face.
Oh, no, this is, much better. I can actually see my eyeballs. Okay.
I'll talk to him. Don't worry.
She's talking to the dog like he's a person. It's only when she thinks she hears the dog talking that's a problem.
You want some highlighter?
Well, I already have everything on though.
Yeah?
What's highlighter?
Well, you can pick from this palette, this palette, or this.
Oh, Lord.
So you just put some here and here, and it makes you shine. You sparkle.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So I can place a shimmer there that's gonna really stand out.
Say hi.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Do you want to do a black eyeliner? Probably. Okay. Makeup's done. Now just to finish my hair and get dressed. Not sure if I like this outfit, but it's what I got for right now. Let's go see what mom thinks. Back at it again. I'm gonna do the smoky pepper jack turkey.
Alright, here we go.
I'm gonna do a pick 2. All right, so I'm gonna do the broccoli cheddar soup. And then can I do a pecan berry salad? But can I get ranch dressing?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't forget this time, here's the before. And half of Mom's entree.
It's very colorful. Does that mean it's healthy for you? No, because you see these little things, they're like candy pecans.
The rest of Mother's entree. The aftermath. Now on to the Straz Center.
Way low.
Oh, shit.
Did you cut the wire?
I did.
Oh. Didn't you have a problem?
A little bit of deja vu going on.
Minus one.
Since this is exactly what we did last time.
Wire goes, then you can easily just take the wire and just kind of like unconnect one, and then just. Thank you.
Just as
Alright, it's been a few hours, so we've gotten to process the musical that we saw, and here are our thoughts.
Okay, so we saw Chicago today. Now, for me, I actually saw the original Broadway production of Chicago back in the late 70s with the original Broadway cast. However, I did not see Chita Rivera because she was sick that day, so I had to see her understudy, who did a very nice job. But I did see Jerry Orbach and Gwen Verdon. But it was a very long time ago, and so I saw it on Broadway, and then I did see the movie Chicago. So that's the background that I had coming into this.
So the only thing, I've only seen the movie, and I saw the movie a long time ago. I can't probably even tell you when the last time I saw the movie actually was. But this was my first time seeing the actual musical. The set with this one, it was, I took a picture. And so they had the band on stage again.
Yep.
And it was very much of like a auditorium type seating for them.
Yes. There basically was no set. Everything was black.
Everything was black.
Like the outfits they wore, it might have been interesting versions of black, but it was black. The chairs, everything was black.
And you pointed out, I noticed it, but you pointed it out, is that everyone sat on stage. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As mentioned or hinted to, they were all scantily clothed. I wasn't quite ready for that. I was ready for them to be in black and not a lot of clothes, but the first person who walked out was pretty much just wearing a black bikini. I mean, that's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, a teeny weeny black bikini. No, but one of the things about the set is I find you can have a minimal set and you can have it be effective. But I feel like in this particular show, having the minimal set was a distraction. And a minimal set in even costumes from the standpoint of when the ensemble now became reporters. Well, they still looked like the ensemble, except some of them were holding notebooks and some of them, had cameras, but they still looked like the ensemble. And so it was hard for me to, I mean, I knew what the scene was and so I could follow it, but I think it detracted. I think the simplicity of the set was a distraction.
With it all being dark, sometimes it was hard to, you just kind of got lost. Because
Yeah.
everyone's wearing black.
Yes.
The background's all black.
Yes.
So it could get, you could get just a little lost and not even.
Yes, and then to have like the guy in the beginning, the Fred Kingsley, the guy was killed, and then he comes back in the ensemble.
Yeah.
Wearing the exact same clothes that he was wearing that he was killed in. So that was, it was kind of like, okay.
No costume changes.
Yeah, because there were no costumes. I mean, they just wore whatever they wore.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a distraction for me.
I guess talking about the music, the one thing that we both felt is it felt fast. A lot of the music felt really fast.
It didn't feel rushed. It was just fast. It was fast.
Yeah. But what was nice is you're able to understand everybody.
Yes.
So even if you didn't quite know what was going on, you could at least understand what everyone was saying.
Yeah, all the words were very, very clear. And even in the speaking parts, their diction was very good. And there was only one character who was a little pitchy. And and it was really kind of unfortunate because of the character that it was. I was disappointed with it. And then my gal from AGT who played the matron mama.
So in the touring cast right now, there's a lady who was on like a few seasons ago on the America's Got Talent. And she made it to I think it's the semifinals.
I think so.
And so she didn't win. But she's now touring with the cast of Chicago.
And she was excellent. See, and I've done a lot of comparison to what I have seen in the past and like the original show, and I understand that things have to change, but I'm just saying, hey, it might have been done better prior to this. Like them changing it, the change wasn't necessarily, I thought, for the good. Yes.
All right, so from what we've seen, what would you rate this?
I really wanted to rate this like a 9 or a 10 because I just loved the music and I loved the story and I loved the play when I saw it. I had high hopes for this. And then even when I was at the theater, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I can give it a 9. And then I'm like, I think I need to give it lower than a 9. I think I need to give it more like, I'm going to give it a 7. And I think I'm going to give it a 7 because although the music was great, the dancing was really good. You could really see the Bob Fossi influence on all the dancing and the hand movements and stuff like that. I really think that the set really detracted from it. And the one gal's singing was a little disappointing, and the fact the music was a little bit faster, and it wasn't hard to follow, but I'm going to give it a 7. I'm comfortable with that.
So at intermission, I did say it was boring.
She did say that. And then I was like, holy crap. Really?
So with that, I think I'm going to give it a 6 though, because a lot of the reasons you said, and I think the reason I think it was boring is because the set was so basic and it very much kind of took away from, I had at some points had a hard time seeing like what was going on, and then you had all the dancers, and all the dancers are doing all sorts of other stuff, and there's like dancers here, but then you need to watch over here because this is where the main person is, and I just felt like the set itself was probably the biggest thing, and that's why the biggest boring piece of it. But I love the music and I love the vibes. I like cabaret is exactly like a great word to describe the like feeling of it all, and I really like that. I like the music's great. It's catchy. It's fun. That's why I can't justify anything lower than a 5 because the music is so good. My suggestion on seeing it would probably be, if you know the music, to go. I don't know if you have no idea what Chicago is because of the basicness of it all. I don't know if you would enjoy it as much. I would suggest, though, in general, if you like the jazzy type of music, listen to the music. It's great.
And it is worth it to go see the music because, I mean, if you like the music, yes.
Yes. Yeah. I would say that exactly. If you like the music and you kind of have an idea of what the story is, go see it. It's worth it for sure.
And what was interesting too was, so this is our 4th one, I guess, that we saw. Mm-hmm. Every performance that we've seen at the end, the audience has stood up. As soon as the show was done and people started clapping, people started standing, not to leave because they were standing to applaud.
Standing ovation.
Not with this one.
Mm-hmm.
There were actually
even when the main character came out,
even
not
when the
everyone.
main character, not everybody started. And then I think people were standing up because they were getting ready to leave, not because they were applauding the show. And I was a little surprised at that. So
yeah, that was
because this is the first time that that's happened.
There you go. Our recommendations, our thoughts. This next one we're seeing will be interesting, but with part of the season tickets that we get, the Straz Center themselves put on what I believe is a comedy show. It's called Sheer Madness. Mm-hmm. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.